You watch two men stare at each other across a wrestling ring, and it looks like hatred. But the real answer is far stranger. These two men were once brothers. They stood back to back in the same hallway, wore the same black vests, walked to the ring as a single unit fans nicknamed the Hounds of Justice. Now, at SummerSlam, they will try to end each other's story. Your brain does not naturally understand betrayal between people who love each other. It understands strangers. It understands enemies. But a friend turning on a friend locks onto something deeper. That is why this rivalry refuses to let go of you. It started in 2012. Three men, a shield of riot gear, and a promise to fight injustice inside WWE. Roman Reigns was the powerhouse. Seth Rollins was the acrobat. For over a year, they were unbreakable. Then came Survivor Series 2013. Rollins turned, a chair to the back of his own brothers. Wrestling historians like Dave Meltzer still rank that moment among the most consequential heel turns of the decade because it did not just end a group, it planted a decade of distrust. Why does one chair shot echo for years? Ask yourself what it feels like when someone you trusted completely shows you, in one act, they were never who you thought. That feeling does not fade on its own. It fades when you finally get to look the person in the eye again. Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract in 2014, a system historians point to as one of the company's most successful storytelling inventions, and used it against the very brothers he had betrayed. Reigns watched him climb using opportunism instead of confrontation. That is not something he forgets. Years later, Reigns became the tribal chief, the most dominant force WWE had produced in a generation. But Rollins was always there. At Royal Rumble 2022, they finally met one-on-one, and Reigns escaped only by disqualification, refusing to release a guillotine choke. WWE was not ready to answer the question fans actually wanted. Who is really better? Then WrestleMania 40. Rollins helped Cody Rhodes end Reigns' historic title reign. A year later, at WrestleMania 41, Rollins beat Reigns again, this time with Paul Heyman, Reigns' own Wiseman, turning his back to help him win. Someone Reigns trusted chose Rollins instead. Again. Notice the pattern. It is never just a match. It is trust, broken again, in a new shape. Now it is 2026. Reigns holds the World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins interrupted him on Raw and reminded him that in one-on-one competition, history favors the visionary. 5 wins to 4, 1 draw. 14 years of proof. Rollins called it the ghost of Seth Rollins, a title Reigns can never outrun. Reigns accepted the match anyway. Ask yourself why a man that dominant would agree to a fight he keeps losing the same way. The answer is the same reason you would finally confront the one person from your past who still gets under your skin more than anyone else alive. Some scores do not close on their own. You have to walk back into the room and settle them. SummerSlam will put both men in that room one more time, in Minneapolis, in front of a stadium that will remember every second. Whatever happens when the bell rings, the story underneath will not really be about a championship belt. It will be about two brothers who once believed in the same shield, still trying to find out if that ever meant anything at all. You watch two men stare at each other across a wrestling ring, and it looks like hatred. But the real answer is far stranger. It is what is left over when love and betrayal never got the chance to finish their conversation.